Single dad finds lost girl, then her billionaire mother shows up with a shocking truth. Intro hook. Marcus Williams was barely holding it together. A single father working 2 jobs just to keep a roof over his daughter's head. He knew what it felt like to be one unexpected bill away from disaster. So when he found a little girl crying in the rain outside a Chicago grocery store, clutching a torn stuffed rabbit and calling for her mama, something inside him refused to walk away. He had $17 left until payday in a car that might not start in the morning. But he knelt down in that cold puddle anyway, looked into those frightened eyes, and made a promise he had no idea would change everything. What happened next would prove that sometimes the smallest act of kindness can unlock the biggest miracles you never saw coming. Subscribe invitation before we dive into this incredible true story. If you love heartwarming tales that restore your faith in humanity, please hit that subscribe button and join our Heartfelt Moments family. Give this video a thumbs up if you believe kindness still matters. And drop a comment below telling us about a time someone's compassion changed your day. Your support means the world to us. Now let's get back to Marcus and the little girl who would turn his life upside down. It was a Thursday evening in late October, the kind of night where the wind cuts right through your jacket and reminds you that winter is coming whether you're ready or not. Marcus had just finished his shift at the warehouse and stopped by the grocery store to grab whatever he could afford for dinner. His daughter Lily was 8 years old and waiting at his mother's apartment across town. He was exhausted, running on 4 hours of sleep, and his mind was spinning through the math of which bills he could delay another week. That's when he heard the crying. At first he thought it was just the wind, but then he saw her. A little girl, maybe 5 years old, sitting on the curb near the shopping carts, soaking wet, her whole body shaking. She wore a pink dress that probably cost more than Marcus made in a month, but it was muddy and torn. In her arms, she clutched a stuffed rabbit that had seen better days. Marcus looked around. The parking lot was emptying out as the rain picked up. People hurried to their cars, heads down, too focused on getting home to notice a child in distress. He checked his phone. He was already late picking up Lily. But he couldn't just leave this little girl alone. He approached slowly, crouching down to her level. "Hey there, sweetheart. Are you okay? Where's your mom or dad?" The girl looked up at him with red, swollen eyes. "I can't find my mama," she sobbed. "We were shopping and I let go of her hand and now she's gone and I don't know where I am." Marcus felt his heart break. He knew that fear. He'd felt it the day Lily's mother left them without warning 3 years ago. That terrible feeling of being lost and alone, not knowing if everything would be okay. "What's your name, honey?" he asked gently. "Emma," she whispered. "Okay, Emma. I'm Marcus. Let's get you out of this rain and find your mama, all right?" He took off his jacket and wrapped it around her small shoulders, then guided her inside the store. The manager called the police while Marcus stayed with Emma, buying her a hot chocolate with money he'd planned to use for gas. He showed her pictures of Lily on his phone, making her laugh with silly faces, doing everything he could to calm her fear. The police arrived within 15 minutes. They'd already received a frantic call from a woman named Victoria Chen, reporting her daughter missing. She was on her way from the north suburbs, about 40 minutes out. The officer explained that Emma had apparently wandered out a side exit while her mother was checking out, and she'd walked 3 blocks in the wrong direction before ending up at this store. Marcus waited with Emma. Even though he was now an hour late and his phone was buzzing with worried texts from his mother, he couldn't leave until he knew she was safe. They colored on napkins. He let her hold his phone to play a simple game. He told her about Lily and promised her that her mama was coming and everything would be all right. When Victoria Chen burst through those doors, she was a force of nature. Designer clothes rumpled, makeup running, hair wild. She looked nothing like the composed billionaire CEO Marcus would later learn she was. She looked like what she was in that moment. A terrified mother who'd lost her child. She dropped to her knees and pulled Emma into her arms, sobbing with relief. For 5 minutes straight, she just held her daughter, rocking back and forth, whispering prayers of gratitude. Finally, she looked up at Marcus. "You stayed with her. The police told me you found her in the rain and you stayed." "Of course," Marcus said simply. I couldn't leave her alone. I have a daughter too. Victoria stood, still holding Emma's hand, and really looked at him for the first time. She saw his worn work boots, his name tag from the warehouse still clipped to his shirt, the exhaustion in his eyes. She saw a man who had every reason to keep walking that night, but didn't. "What's your name?" she asked. "Marcus Williams, ma'am." What happened over the next hour would seem impossible if it hadn't been real. Victoria insisted on driving Marcus to pick up Lily. In the car, she learned about his struggles, about working 2 jobs, about how he was trying to save for Lily's education but kept falling behind. She learned he'd taken night classes to become an electrician, but had to drop out when the costs got too high. 3 days later, Marcus received a call from a lawyer. Victoria had established a full scholarship fund for Lily, covering everything from elementary school through college. She'd paid off his car. But more than that, she'd used her connections to get him into an electrician apprenticeship program, fully funded, with a guaranteed job placement at a company she'd personally vouched for him with. When Marcus, overwhelmed, called to thank her, Victoria's words stayed with him forever. "You gave me back my whole world when you could have kept walking. You chose kindness when you had every reason to choose yourself. Let me give you a chance to build the life you've been fighting for. You deserve it." Lifting concludes today. Marcus is a licensed electrician with his own small business. Lily just started high school with dreams of becoming a doctor. And Victoria and Emma remain close friends with the Williams family, getting together for holidays and birthdays. But the real gift wasn't the money or the opportunities. It was the reminder that one moment of compassion can create ripples that change lives forever. Marcus's kindness saved more than Emma that rainy night. It saved his own family's future too. So the next time you see someone who needs help, remember Marcus. Remember that $17 and a heart willing to care can be worth more than all the wealth in the world. Your one small act of kindness might just be the miracle someone's been praying for.